Hi everyone, welcome back to Cody's Lab. So I've got here some little Douglas fir trees. I actually purchased these off of Etsy. They came in a bag, but I had them in this pot just to keep them until I was ready to pot them. So they're bare root, a little bit of moss here. Probably keep the moss on them for as long as possible. But I'm just going to transfer them into these little cardboard pots. Pack some dirt around it. This is some potting soil that I've mixed those water absorbing crystals into. And the idea here is we'll get them established in these pots, and then just before the snow flies we'll take them out to the ranch, put them in the dirt, and plant them in areas that used to have Douglas fir trees but no longer do. Some were cut down, most of them burned in forest fires. I think the last one that was on our property that was still alive burned in 1998. I remember it. And you know what? I want to bring them back. So here we go. I got 40 trees to start with. It's going to cost me around about $150 all told to do these 40 trees, which of course sounds pretty good. 40 trees is a pretty big number, but really I'd like to have hundreds if not thousands of these things, so we'll see. Hopefully once I get a few of them growing they'll start reseeding themselves. 5 times 8 is 40, right? So that means they sent me some extra trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 extras. So I actually got 47 trees. That's awesome. Of course I'm gonna have to find some more pots. I think I got another package of them. I do have another package. So. The trouble with replanting the trees from scratch like I'm doing is the fact that there's no big trees already to block the wind and to help boost the air moisture, all those things. Normally these trees sprout up from the pine litter, the pine needles, which hold in moisture into the ground. But none of that's there now. It's all sagebrush and grass. So I'm going to have to take care of this first batch of trees to get them to grow. But once I get a nice grove of trees growing, then we should be on our way. At least that's the idea. So here's where I've got my trees currently. You can see I kind of put them in the shade of these cherry trees. My bees didn't like me watering them because they're trying to fly into the hive and they're getting sprinkled with water. So the trees are going to have to move at some point. That's where they're going to be for now. Of course, eventually they're going to end up at the ranch. But the hope is they can get a couple of months to strengthen before actually getting planted. The idea is that throughout the winter they'll be able to grow a little bit, and then once spring hits they'll already have the roots down. So they can get into the water before the summer dryness and heat. Alright, so I've hiked up into an area that hasn't burned, at least not recently, and got this tree here, Rocky Mountain juniper, which is the same type of tree that is actually most prevalent at the ranch. You can see there's some baby trees coming up underneath of it. I'm going to dig some of these up and transplant them. So basically do the same thing with those as I did the Douglas fir. Kind of digging around the tree like this, bust off the roots, and then hit in underneath. Do the same. Okay, hopefully the camera's not shaking too much. I break that off. Hopefully Hopefully you got enough dirt on those roots. Alright, here's my bucket of trees. Go put them in some pots now. Make sure I give them a drink. The soil they were growing in was very dry, so I'm worried that they're drying out. Should have brought some water with me. Oh well, let's get them down to the house quickly. And just like that, I got 21 more trees potted. Hopefully they make it. We'll go plant them in the dirt, hopefully just before the snow flies. So I'll see you guys then.